In order to apply Newton's third law, two objects are needed. The law pretty much states that when object A pushes on object B with some force, object B always pushes back with the exact same amount of force. Now this may seem odd, but think about walking across the ground. The force exerted by your foot is the exact same force, just opposite in direction, as the force exerted by the ground. The force of the foot has to equal the force exerted by the ground. And we know from Newton's second law that force equals mass times acceleration, or F equals ma. So the mass of the foot times the acceleration of the foot has to equal the mass of the ground times the acceleration of the ground. What this equation is saying is that when our foot accelerates forward, the ground accelerates backward.
That's crazy talk. I don't see the earth moving backwards when I walk across it.
Okay then, let's take a closer look. We can measure the mass of the foot and the acceleration of the foot and multiply these measurements together and we will get some number. Now we have to get the exact same number when we multiply the mass of the ground times the acceleration of the ground. Since the mass of the ground is extremely large, that means the acceleration of the ground has to be extremely small to get that exact same number. The acceleration of the ground is so small we can't even measure it, much less see it. Maybe this will be easier to see. Let's take another look at walking, but on a skateboard. What happens? Just like before, the force exerted by your foot must be the same as the force exerted by the skateboard, just opposite in direction. So the force of the foot has to equal the force of the skateboard, or the mass of the foot times the acceleration of the foot has to equal the mass of the skateboard times the acceleration of the skateboard. But this time, the mass of the skateboard is pretty much the same as the mass of the foot. So that means the acceleration of the foot is close to the same as the acceleration of the skateboard. And now we can see the acceleration of the skateboard going in the opposite direction as the acceleration of the foot.